Okay, now we're going to show you the unit installed inside of the Chevy van we're talking about, G2500 Express, which is a 3/4 ton van. It's suitable for this size of a machine. The machine, if you notice, is very compact. It pretty much covers an area, footprint about 24-inch by 60-inch, which if you have even a half a ton van, you should be able to fit the machine in. As we are looking at closer at the machine, in the back you can notice the 80-gallon round recovery tank. To the right of it, on the floor, there's your dump valve, which what we have done, we have cut a window on the back panel of the driver for him to be able to dump the water without getting out of the seat. Now if we follow the blue hose, we have drilled an additional 2.5-inch hole for the drainage hose to go through. That way the technician will be able to line up with the proper dumping area and just simply dump the water. Now to the right, there's your battery, very accessible. In case of jumping it or replacing it, it's very easy to be removed and replaced with a new one or jump. The flex pipe you notice on the right side, that's your exhaust, which is the combination of both cylinders. Of course, after leaving the heat exchanger, they combine together and they come out in the front, right there. And the lower panel, to the right, you have your pressure gauge, 0 to 2000. Below right, there's your water inlet where you can connect your garden hose or also your freshwater tank. To the left of it is your pressure outlet / bypass. What bypass is on this machine, it helps the machine stay neutral, cool if you're not using it. How? Simple. If you have the valve open, which you see it in the picture, machine will not be able to create any kind of heat or pressure. That way you'll be able to run the machine and use it as extraction. Now if you ever want to do cleaning, carpet, tile, grout, furniture, what have you, all you have to do is just close it. Your pressure builds up, your heat builds up, and now you have pressure combined with heat, with suction, you can do your cleaning. In a lower center, this black elbow is the exhaust of your blower. Above it is your temperature gauge, which shows about 120 to 250. Above that you have your clock plus your RPM reader, which shows you the time this machine has been operated since its birth. And also when you run the engine, you'll be able to set the proper RPM digitally. So, to the left of it, you do have your indicator lights. The green lights is used to show you that you have a good flow of water coming in. The center red light is called discharge, which what we mean in this case, discharging extra heat. So if we have the temperature set up at 220, once the temperature rises and reaches that point, for any case, if you're not using the water, and because the heat exchangers are constantly producing hot water, at that point, machine automatically pumps some of the hot water out of the heat exchangers into the recovery tank. In that case, your red light comes on and shows you that that operation is being done. To the left is your indicator light that tells you if your key has been left on. By me turning the ignition key off, that light will go off. So that way you will not drain your battery accidentally by leaving your key ignition switch on. To the bottom is your negative pressure gauge, which shows 0 to -30 Hg. This machine can produce up to 17-inch of mercury, up to 400 feet of hose. Now to the left of it, it's your vacuum inlet. Top left is your chemical meter, which you can adjust the chemical flow anywhere from 0 to 5 gallons per hour. To the right of it is your pressure regulator. As you turn the regulator clockwise, pressure rises, and as you turn it counterclockwise, pressure drops. Now, on the top, you have two heat exchangers in this system. You do have your preheater, which produces about 160 degrees of water temperature, and from there water moves to the right, which is your production line, which here temperature, there is no limit to it. You can set whatever you want on the thermostat inside of your temperature gauge. It will produce hot water up to that point, and if you're not using it, it will dump the rest into the recovery tank. Now if you notice on the top, it's your pressure pump, High Pro 2000 psi. Very accessible for you to be able to see the level of oil, or if you want to do any kind of repairs or any kind of oil change, very easy to reach to. That's your pulley, which is covered for safety. There's your ignition switch, and here you do have your choke. To the left is closed, to the right is open, and below it your throttle handle. Very simple machine, very compact, very efficient. Now as we're going in, you see in the background the 75-gallon vertical freshwater tank. A very simple design, hidden in a corner that hardly has been used by any of the technicians to store any kind of toolbox or chemicals and what have you. So it's pretty much a dead space in the back that what we use to set up our freshwater. Why? Because of this reason. Let's go back to the back of the van and look inside. To the left you're going to have your reel. By having the freshwater tank behind the reel, this whole entire section is all open for you to be able to put dehumidifiers, blowers, rolls of padding, chemicals, tools, etc., letters, and what have you. So this is a side view. We're going to get in and pretty much show you how the product looks from the side. Very uniquely designed to be compact, powerful, and very space saving. And as we back out, the way this machine is designed, you notice the van is not tilting to no side. It's just pretty much sitting straight on the parking lot. And there it is, Inferno 20 HP installed.